We really are in a very special time and place right now where the energy is lending itself to us more than it ever has. And the way that you use this energy, the way you exercise your consciousness and the kinds of decisions that we make in our lives right now, it's going to pay off huge. That also means that if you aren't making great decisions, if you aren't caring about yourself, you're going to get those quote unquote negative results a lot faster and a lot bigger too. So essentially, everything that we do right now, we're going to get really big reflections of immediately. Now, what happens is that a lot of times it scares us because we might make certain decisions and we get reflections that we don't like. And then we start to panic and think that it's all going downhill, or our manifestations are failing, or what's happened to my connection to my true self, what's happened to my connection to the divine. So you may have been feeling things like this, and you may have also been feeling the opposite, way more connected. Both realities have the same exact powerful energy behind them. It's just that in both realities, you're emphasizing something different with your field of energy. That's what we're going to tune into in this video. Your field of energy, how to be more intentional, and how to actually use the energy that's taking place in the planet right now and being given to you, how to actually use it in a way that's going to yield you results that you're actually going to like and experience an extraordinary life because of it. Now, in our field of energy, we are always calling something forth. It's as if there's this part of us that is always saying something about what's happening. It's the reason that two people could go on a hike, for example, in a beautiful place, and one of them has an amazing time and the other has a horrible time. What's the difference? It's the same exact thing, right? Two people eat the same meal. Two people have the same thing happen to them. Two people both get broken up with. One person has a horrible time and falls into a depression. The other person becomes super inspired and motivated and grows and transforms. What's happening is that we are always saying in the background of our lives, very powerfully, by the way, what is going on right now. Things in life, they kind of just happen. We can't always predict what's coming. But the truth is that all of it is actually very neutral. Getting fired from a job, for example, isn't a bad thing. It's just that we're saying that it's a bad thing. You could say that it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. You could say, now I can really dive within and learn about what I'm passionate about, right? And I can make my own job and really find a career that I really love and inspires me every day. I didn't like that job anyways. So we're always saying what's happening. Things in life just happen. They're neutral. There's no inherent meaning to them. You and me have a really special gift in this life. We say what things mean. And what you say things mean will inevitably lead to your creation of your reality. Your future will be a direct result of what you say things mean right now. So if you're saying that you're having a hard time right now, if you're saying that you're not feeling well, understand that as the days go by, that's going to become more and more true for you. You're going to feel worse. Things are going to be getting worse. And it's not because things are getting worse. Things are just happening. Remember, it all is just happening. It's neutral. So the reason your experience of life is getting worse and worse and you feel more and more disconnected is because you keep saying that. That's what you're emphasizing to reality. You're saying that things are getting worse. That's why they keep getting worse. We are very powerful manifestors, you and me. And I know you know it. I know you've seen it before. This is the literal difference between you in an incredibly powerful state where every day you feel more and more awake, more and more activated, versus every single day things seem to get worse and worse and you become confused and resistant. So if you've got a certain momentum going that's really hard for you to get out of right now, understand the reason it feels so hard is because of how powerful the energy is right now. But it could just as easily be things going so well it's nearly impossible for you to fall out of that. So what we need to do, because we're moving really, really, really fast, think about it like this. If you slam on the brakes really hard, what is going to happen? Imagine that you're driving really, really fast down a hill and you slam on the brakes. It's going to hurt. You're going to probably hurt yourself in the car. You might cause an accident. Someone behind you is going to run into you. So what we need to do is just take our foot off the gas. Because what will inevitably happen is that the car will actually slow on its own. It will slow its roll. And you'll eventually come to a place of this neutral non-movement. And it's in that space where we can start making really good decisions to build a really positive momentum for ourselves. So if you have a really positive momentum for yourself right now, keep going. Keep going, keep going. It's just going to get better, better, and better. But we're humans. And sometimes we start not feeling too great. And then what can happen is we can start building that momentum. Now, especially in this season and in the winter, it's natural for you and me to get more tired. It's natural for us to not necessarily always feel as motivated and inspired. If you look around you, you'll see the trees and all these plants, they're letting go. They're letting go of everything they've been holding on to for all the seasons. The leaves are falling, the flowers are falling. So what we need to understand is we have to let go. Even the nature knows it, all right? Things change. The nature knows it. Don't resist that change. It's not about trying to dominate the way things happen in your life and be a super forceful person. What happens when you've got a momentum that you're not enjoying, that you don't feel good about? Don't slam on the brakes and try to force something different to happen. Let go, just like the trees do, just like a ripe fruit does. You just let it be. Because what happens when you let go, when you're in a momentum you don't like, what happens when you let go and you accept it and you stop resisting it, that's what is this car slowing down and coming to a halt. That's what letting go is all about. And especially in this season, it's going to be really beneficial for both you and me to remember that, to be centered in that it's natural to not always feel as motivated. You don't have to be. It's okay to be right here where you are right now. Maybe winter isn't always all about all the time going out and doing a bunch of stuff. Maybe sometimes it's about relaxing, having a hot cup of chocolate or something, and just chilling by the fire in your PJs and looking at the snow outside the window and feeling cozy with the people in your life or your pets, reading a good book, laying down, meditating. See, so seasonally things are going to change. And the way you and I feel and the kind of decisions we're going to make in those spaces are naturally going to be different. The truth is that if this is the season and you're trying to pretend it's a different season, what you're doing is you're creating resistance. All right? So we need to let go and accept the energy shifts right now because it is shifting. And I know you've been feeling it. And I promise you, I'm feeling it too. I'm not like completely liberated from seasons and the changes on the planet, right? Nobody is. True power doesn't come from stopping or halting something that comes up in life. It comes from being able to go with it, being able to use it to your advantage, knowing who you are and knowing what you're going to make that into. What is the meaning you're going to give that, right? So when I don't feel well this winter, and I know there will be weeks where I don't, and I know that it'll be stressful to my ego because I really want to be motivated and inspired and making tons of content for you guys. I'm just like addicted to it. I love doing this. So if I wake up one day and I don't feel well and I'm tired and I don't feel motivated, if I'm trying to force it, I'm going to go out and make videos, I'm actually going to create a bigger problem because what I'm calling forth is resistance. I'm not letting go. I'm not accepting the way that I feel. I'm not accepting the season that there is. But I know my ultimate destination. My ultimate destination is actually to be here right now, a loving and compassionate person that cares about you and wants to give as much as I can while I'm here on this planet. So if I don't feel well, if I don't feel like it's the day where I'm going to go out and make videos, I know the next best thing. To sit back, relax, put my hands over my heart, and tune into my truth. Tune into the wellness and that everything is okay. The seasons change and it's okay to be here where I am right now. The best thing we can do in these spaces is take care of ourselves. Be kind to ourselves. Be compassionate to ourselves. We need to let ourselves be who we are and be the way that we feel right now. Trust that it's all going to be okay. Your manifestations, if you're in a momentum right now that's hard for you, your manifestations aren't failing. Everything that you've been working on isn't disappearing. You're not screwed. You're just giving the certain situation that you're in right now a negative meaning. That's it. You don't feel super animated and awesome. You feel a little bit more tired. So you're giving it meaning and you're saying, I'm not connected. My manifestations are failing. That's what you're calling forth. That's the meaning you're giving it. No wonder you don't feel well. What if instead you say, my manifestations are coming true so much that the universe is having me rest right now, having me rest and regenerate my energy and heal. This is even more proof. This is even more evidence that things are going well. It's time to rest. It's time to go within. It's time to activate the power of who we really are, really. Now, I recently did 2 shifting events where I speak a little bit about letting go and beliefs and activating the knowledge of who are we, what is our ultimate destination. And I've been absolutely blessed with the 2 groups I've worked with so far because I've learned so much from them, from being able to see the desire that people have to make a new impact in their life, a transformation, a change. It's been absolutely incredible to me. And the fact of the matter is that to me, it all comes back to the decisions that we make. The decisions you make right now are what will create your future circumstances. So we need to make better decisions. But where do we make decisions from? How we feel, our beliefs, the things that we believe are true, influence the way we make decisions. So it's like this big full circle thing. Now I'm doing this shifting event just one more time on November 18th, and then we're done with this shifting event for like forever. That's it. So if you want to be part of this event, you can learn about it. You can sign up to be there for November 18th. It's a live group interaction where we're really going to work through and break through together. After that, it's going to be new events. So we're going to move on and do something totally new. Now, the last thing I want to mention in this video is remember, look around you and see how the trees drop their leaves. See how the nature kind of leans down and relaxes. It's not trying to force itself to stand up in a certain way when it's snowing and it's fall and it's... Nature is very intelligent. If you're ever really confused, look around and you'll see it all around you in the nature. That it's okay to let go. That you can trust life. That things are seasonal, energy seasonal. It's always shifting. And you don't have to live in a place like I do to connect to the nature. You can just actually sit back, put your hands over your heart, and listen to what your heart is saying. Because that is your direct connection to nature. That is your direct connection to the mystifying power that has manifested all of this, that makes any of this possible, that you and I are even here and can perceive any of it is mind-blowing. How cool is that? So even when things aren't going great for you, remember, please appreciate the incredibleness that's already here in your life right now. Don't forget about how blessed you are to be breathing, to have food, to have the friends that you have, to be where you are, a roof over your head. And I know not everybody has all that stuff, but I bet that you do. So remember to appreciate it. Don't get stressed because you want to be somewhere else. You want to be feeling something else. Right now, right here, the way you feel, the things that are in your life, it's on purpose. The universe is highly, highly intelligent. So relax. Let the leaves drop to the ground. It's okay. If you don't drop your leaves, new ones can't grow next season. Thanks. Much love to you, and I'll see you for the next video.